മലനാട് ടിവിയുടെ ന്യൂസ് അവറിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. എല്ലാ ജീവജാലങ്ങളും ജീവിക്കാൻ അവകാശമുള്ള ഭൂമിയിൽ കേവലം മതഭ്രാന്ത് മൂത്ത നരാധമന്മാരുടെ സംഹാര താണ്ഡവത്താൽ ജീവൻ പൊളിഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ഗാസയിലെയും ഇസ്രായേലിലെയും സഹോദരന്മാർക്കും കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങൾക്കും ആദരാഞ്ജലി അർപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് മലനാട് ടിവിയുടെ ന്യൂസ് അവറിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം.
Welcome to Malanadu TV News. We begin today with the international news. Israel-Hamas war. Israeli military urges Gaza City residents to evacuate southward in new advisory. A massive explosion took place in an hospital in Gaza City, killed thousands of people, Hamas said after intensifying bombardments near towns in southern Gaza rattled civilians where Israel had ordered them to take refuge. Hamas attributed the blast to an Israeli airstrike, but the Israeli military said that it was not involved and the explosion was caused by a misfired Palestinian rocket. Hamas military wing also said an Israeli airstrike on a refuge camp killed a top Hamas commander. Meanwhile, thousands of people are trying to escape Gaza are gathered in Rafah, which has a territory border crossing through Egypt. Mediators are pressing for agreement to let aid in and refugees with foreign passports out. The US hoped to break a deadlock with President Joe Biden headed to the region, but a planned summit in Jordan was postponed. Israel-Hamas war live updates. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said he was deeply shocked by a blast at the hospital in Gaza, and the perpetrators must face justice. They said that the explosion in Gaza City on Tuesday killed at least 500 people as per reports. Prime Minister Narendra Modi shared a post, heartfelt condolences to the families and victims and prayers for speedy recovery of those injured. Kerala News, Kochi. In the case where 350 grams of MDMA was recovered from the Kallur International Stadium premises, the excise team has made an appeal to the court seeking custody of the 4 accused for further investigation. The 4 accused identified as Susimol 24, Elroy 21, Ajmal 25, Amir 22, while Susimol hails from Kottayam, the others hail from Ernakulam natives. The excise team is collecting the phone records and other digital evidence of the accused. Information about their financial transactions are also being collected. Excise officials suspect that many of the statements that they gave has proven false. They believe that the statements made by the accused about Sachin alias Commander are done purposely to mislead the investigation. The gang's modus operandi is to bring the chemical intoxicants to the place where the middlemen demand. A rival gang received tips about their movements. This is how the excise officials received the tip about the illegal drug involving 350 grams of MDMA. It was believed that the gang would sell the substances smuggled in from Himachal Pradesh and send the money online. And this is one of the biggest drug busts carried out in the Kochi during recent times. MDMA was stuffed in several bags placed inside the car. Drugs were seized from the pockets of Amir's clothes as well. The reports say that there is a 3-fold hike in drug bust. As many as 2,477 drug peddling cases were registered at stations in Kochi city. Police have remarked the locations where more drug-related cases were reported as black spots. At least 59 black spots are there under 23 station limits in the city. Adani's new mega port can lure world's biggest ships to India. When the Zhenhua 15, a heavy load cargo carrier sailing from the East China Sea, unloads at Vizhinjam International Seaport in Kerala on Sunday, it will do more than just set down the site's first gigantic cranes. It will also put India on the map for the world's biggest container ships located near the southernmost part of the country. The Vizhinjam Transshipment Container Port, the first of its kind in India, was inaugurated on Sunday. The mega port will allow India to grab a bigger slice of the international maritime trade currently dominated by China. It will also be a bolster the nation's aspirations to be an alternative manufacturing hub by reducing logistic costs for cargo coming to and from the country. The new terminal will be another feather in the cap of Mr. Gautam Adani's conglomerate, which faced a scathing attack by a short seller in January. with a dominates that already spans ports, airports and power utilities. Vizhinjam will further cement the billionaire status as India infrastructure's king. Its proximity to the international shipping routes account for 30% of global cargo traffic, and having a natural channel that goes up to 24 meters below the sea makes Vizhinjam an ideal hub for some of the world's biggest ships to call in. The much-awaited deep seaport along Kerala coastlines have been developed by Adani Ports and a special economic zone. The port operator is also developing Israel's Haifa port and plans to build a hub in Vietnam. As a part of its expanding global footprint, the federal government is also working on Maritime India Vision 2030, which seeks to develop world-class mega ports and transshipment hubs and to modernize infrastructure at an estimated investment of 1.25 trillion rupees as large ships become increasingly more vital to Europe and China trade. India can embed itself in that route given strategic location between the Suez Canal and the Strait of Malacca. India's current container traffic is less than 10% of China's, but if the Vizhinjam port is able to beckon more ships, it will give India and Adani ports a stronger footing in global maritime trade. Noodles are one of the most loved and widely eaten dishes, and it includes as an all-time favorite dish, especially for kids. However, we have ever wondered how it is actually made. A viral video showing the making of noodles in a factory in Kolkata has left many people unhappy and disgusted. The video clearly shows all-purpose flour, leftover noodles and water being put in a massive container to create a dough. Later, it is transferred into a machine where they make long sheets and cut it into noodles. If we take a close look at this video, we notice that at the end of the video, when the noodles are transferred into a steamer, they are covered with a dirty cloth. Once ready, these boiled noodles are kept on the ground, and this post was shared last day. It has received 3.4 million views. Many comments regarding the post came out to be how the unhygienic and inappropriate food handling occurs, leading to inappropriate food safety, food hygiene, and shows that how careless that people are to ensure proper health and safety measures, which are pure examples of violations against the FSSAI regulations. Thank you. It's me, Sharon Vinod, signing off.